Failsafe number 1. Written by F.J. DeSanto and Todd Farmer. Art by Federico Delacio. I'm going to say Delacio. Sorry if I'm wrong. 10 years from a year from now, a government operation using nanotech has gotten out of control when they think they've killed all the soldiers of the insurgent program. However, you know the government and their programs. Apparently they made some sleeper agents in those years, and the current president calls in John Raven, the man who killed the original insurgents under orders. Of course, he's retired now, living as Bob the bartender. But they have his adopted daughter, so he has to join them. But soon the new insurgents shall unleash a plague of evil. Okay, maybe not evil. I added that bit. So Vault Comics is a new comic studio, at least within the last year, and I'm not sure I've covered them before on first issues, and that's a shame if this is anything to go by. Failsafe is a pretty solid comic through and through, and I'm definitely checking out the rest of their stuff thanks to this. But let's start with this comic and the art, because I find I have a harder time quantifying art than I do writing, which is because I still think people who can draw are kind of magic, since I'm a wordsmith whose hands and brain can't work together to even a solid circle. The art is really good with a detailed look that I think there had to be points of reference for, at least with the adopted daughter, since, yeah, you can tell. But that's actually not a bad thing, since it allows for her to actually look a little different than the rest, which almost makes her more impactful of a character within this issue. I know it sounds weird, but being just slightly different than the others really makes it more impactful and almost like she has a completely different feel to her, so when she is taken by the government as leverage, it works even more on a readership level. As for the rest of the art, really is kind of awesome to me. It's got the solid line work and coloring that I really do enjoy, which is kind of a dirtier tone, rougher might be the better term for it. I don't know, it's one of those, it's not super crisp, but it is solid. I know I'm never good at explaining what my favorite art style is because I have made complaints about being too loose with the art and too tight, but I like this. Yeah. But as much as I really do dig the art and how well it pairs with the writing, it's the writing that really drew me in. We start with seeing Raven take out the last insurgent in 2018, and honestly, it has a good oomph to it to show us who John is as a character without cutting the badass level, because he does finish his mission, even if he does decide to follow the last person he kills' final request. In the exact opposite, we have this regular girl becoming a super aggressive killing machine and then running away because she's a member of the new insurgents program. And it does a fantastic job to show the what the hell sort of mentality she's in, and there's just a lot that I think everyone could get from this book. Like I said, Vault Comics I don't think I've covered before, but after this I'm definitely going to be checking out the rest of their catalog, and maybe, depending on money issues, why you should be reading, sort of like what I did with Aftershock. So my verdict in this is that it is most definitely a buy it. Buy it means that, well, obviously it's totally worth the buy, and honestly, I think it's worth being added to your monthly pull list. As always, links to buy digitally are in the description below. But let me know what you think. Is this a fantastic book from a relatively new, they are only about a year old, company that really should be talked about more, or does it fall flat? Let me know in the comments below, on my Twitter, or on my Facebook. Links in the description. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out my other two channels, ComicSins and A Comic a Day, for even more comic book reviews, discussion, and fun. Please become a patron to support the channels, and soon we may be able to actually afford a real editor so I can get more vids out and have real editing throughout. Woo! And as always, stay golden, Inklings.